Yeah, it's never too late to acknowledge it. And I know sometimes people will say, you know, I was away, or I was sick, I didn't get to it. It's never too late. And it's lovely when someone's been bereaved to get a card, an unexpected card in the door. Sometimes we all do this. We think we'll remember the anniversary and it slips our mind. If it's going to be an important one, it's probably worth making a note of it. I'm thinking particularly, we'll say, with perhaps a miscarriage. There's the date that the baby would have been born, for example. That's a very significant time for bereaved parents. A note in your phone or in your diary to drop a little card in, thinking of you at this time. It means a lot. Nobody can do your grief work for you. But we're social animals, and it matters to us that it matters to other people. I can't tell you the number of bereaved people that have said to me, when I'm lying awake at night, because there's a lot of insomnia often in bereavement, I go through who came to the funeral and who didn't, and the disappointments of people that didn't show up for all kinds of reasons, and then the lovely surprise of people that went to a lot of trouble. Friendships and relationships, I think, are often made and broken over those things. It really matters, but there's not one thing you have to do. Sometimes we can't make a funeral, so do something else. But the important thing is that you're acknowledging the loss and you're letting that person know that you're there for them in a way that's appropriate to your relationship. Now, sometimes we're very drawn to death. Just as we're repelled by it, we're kind of drawn to it. Bereaved people also talk about being a bit bothered by people coming and sitting for hours and hours, people that they maybe don't know very well. It does mean we have to have a look at our relationship with that person and think, you know, am I a close friend? You know, am I a neighbour? And to somehow do what's appropriate within that relationship. Some evenings is close family together. If you're not and it's not a good time, fine, go back another time. It changes. Every day can be different in bereavement. If somebody doesn't fancy going for a walk or having a coffee, ask them again. If you're not the person that they choose to talk about, then so be it. As long as a bereaved person is talking to somebody, we might have liked that it was us, but that's just our ego. You know, as long as there's somebody. Sometimes within a family you need someone a little outside of the family circle who's not also caught up in the grief. But those if you call it a kind of a dance, we have to think through some of those things. So do what's appropriate in terms of your relationship to the person and be there over the long haul. Yeah, you're not going to know every anniversary. I've certainly worked with people and they've said things like a bad day could be, this was the day we got engaged, for example, or my little girl would have become a teenager today. It's unlikely that many other people will know those. So to think about keeping in touch, dropping a note every now and again is such a nice way of saying, I'm still here in the background, whatever you need.